All right, so I think we are live, everyone. Let's go ahead and check on our phones. We're testing some of our new technology out, including Restream IO, which means we should now be going live to not only Facebook, everybody, but Twitter. Yep, there we are. Lovely.
Hey, look at us.
All right, so now, girls, if you have your Instagram, live is basically a cool time just to kind of put that on. So, hey everyone, right? We're live in Las Vegas. We're coming to you from the Las Vegas, a brand, kind of an event house that we have here. We have my lovely co-host to my right, Jada. What's up, Jada?
What's up?
Jada, how's your day going on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like an 8.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jada just cooked some bomb salmon for us, some roasted vegetables. So we're trying to stay healthy here in crazy weed life. And Jess, what up, Jess?
Chillin', big chillin'.
So, we have a wide variety of cast and characters that we're going to, introduce you to that I've met along my travels building all the, CBD and cannabis and telemedicine businesses. And one of the fun things that Jess and Jada and I are going to talk to you a little bit about right now while we wait for some of the other folks that are coming over to hang out tonight are just some of the differences in people's reactions to THC. So let's start the show off with this. Jess, what does cannabis, THC, marijuana mean to you? And then, make sure you come up and kind of
Get right here.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? All right, great.
get up in that.
For me, it's just kind of a way for me to rest at the end of the day, get my sleep, meditate a little bit, connect with myself after a long day of just, being out in the world.
So when did you first start to smoke?
Probably when I was like 15, a little bit young.
So, but if you use that instead of a lot of alcohol or other things, that was certainly a better choice.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I was definitely always the kid that was like, no, I'm good on the shots. I'll smoke a blunt when I get home and go to bed.
And so that's actually, I think, a big transitional point that people like us are actually really important about. And that is, hey, look, we're educated young Americans and we're making like an active choice that we would rather use a little bit of THC, maybe in a nice balance with CBD to, to relax with instead of alcohol or other drugs. I know we certainly push back here against folks when they ask, can you prescribe this or prescribe that? And when you use a THC product, how do you describe it? How would you describe it makes you feel if you were to smoke a joint or use a THC vape cartridge?
It makes me pretty creative depending on the strain that I'm smoking. If not creative, just more so relaxed, clears my mind.
Yeah. So it can mean a lot of things to different people. For me, I would say that when I smoke cannabis, I usually feel awakened or more alert or focused. You can certainly overdo it, but then what happens? You go to sleep. And for people like me, that might be a good thing. We work too much as it is. Now, Jada, what does THC or cannabis, use mean to you? What happened? If you smoke a joint, what does that mean to you?
Like, I'm basically the opposite of, like, you two. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I can't really handle it. I'm slowly trying to, like, learn and get used to it.
So what happens if you were to take a couple of puffs off?
So I get super bad, like, anxiety. And
what is
I don't know. I don't
you feel
feel
like
good.
anxious,
I
guess?
feel
Like,
anxious.
or-
Like you guys said, it helps your sleep. I feel like I can't sleep. Like I have
She's
like
terrified.
I have like crazy dreams and like I don't know. It's not great.
That's terrible.
For me.
I have friends who have that same problem, and they'll just smoke CBD flower or take CBD as a way to relax rather than the THC because they do get that anxiety. So the CBD helps to balance that out, or they'll mix.
Hey guys, we have a call coming in. Let's just see who we have here. Oh, nope, missed them. Too bad. Well, if you were listening and you wanted to call in, dial us back, guys, and we'll get you back on the show. So this actually brings up a point to me that is really interesting, right? Kind of like industry-wise, where is the industry going? What sort of products are becoming more and more relevant? And for smokes like Jada, if your girlfriend takes one puff off of a 10% joint and wants to go to sleep, that's not really fun for me or you or her. And so that's why in the THC space, where you've seen these dispensaries that have literally all really been made and catered to the illegal folks, right? The people that really love THC for so long. You're seeing folks like us now kind of have to teach people that just because it's the highest THC doesn't necessarily mean that it's the most pleasurable, right? Especially for certain people. So for Jada, maybe she would try a 2-to-1 CBD to THC strain where it's 12% CBD and 6% THC. And then there's also cool research out there, right, that nobody knows, that I was telling Jada, that if you read some of the studies where they've used smoked cannabis in different conditions. All right, let's see who we got here. Hey there, this is the Dr. D Show. Can you hear us? Hang on, let me see.
Can we hear that song?
No, it should be good. Bluetooth is connected. Audio, let's see. Oh, Rodecaster Pro. Let's see, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Right on, there we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You got Dr. D on the phone and Jada and Jess. What's going on?
Man, I just was on Twitter, and I don't know, I didn't know I followed you, but saw this link, and I was like, hey, they're talking about weed.
Where are you calling in from, bro?
I'm calling from Boston.
Nice. Yeah, so we actually... I actually started my experiences in cannabis on the East Coast, believe it or not, in Virginia.
You know, they just don't have the same thing on the West Coast, though. I mean, there's so much more colorful back, on the other side. Everything here is much darker. You know what I mean? It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking great, but it's they get some great looking stuff out there.
Yeah, we should.
But anyways, the reason I called, because you were talking about dispensaries,
right?
And I moved here from New York City about a little over 2 years ago, and I used to buy from some very questionable people, but they were all great.
When you say you moved here, do you mean you moved into LA or Vegas? Did we lose you? We think he's still there.
Hey, pal.
Hang on. It might be the cell phone service in the bunker here, Who knows?
I'm sorry, man.
No,
what I was saying was...
We got you back. I can only hear you in my left ear, though.
I grew up in Boston, and I moved to New York,
to
Brooklyn for 20 years, and then moved back 2 years ago. And when I lived in New York, there was no dispensaries. There still aren't.
Right. It's all still medical.
I used to buy from serious street people. And they all treated me great and gave me great products, but I didn't realize what legal weed was until I moved back here and got my card.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like going to buy a purple Slurpee at 7-Eleven. You can get any flavor you want.
Everything you want, flavors, strains. Yeah, I mean, and that's the cool part. We've been doing breeding, and we got you got buds that are regularly just fuchsia neon colored purple. I mean, there's so many different things to do.
You never see that here.
Yeah, and I think the nice part
you don't get those colors here.
Yeah, well, they're definitely around here.
You get some pretty good looking weed, but and some really excellent strains. Like tonight, I got hash plant. It's great.
Hash plant's a great strain. GX13 times something, I think, right?
It is. But I'm not sure. I just discovered last week, and it's my new favorite. But, when I get it from the dispensary, quality's great and everything, but I don't see that color.
Yeah.
In fact, I got purple train wreck with it. I got a gram of that tonight. There's no purple in it. It's all dark green. It looks like the, camouflage pants. It's still great, but
well, as long as the dispensary prices aren't, way too high, the dispensaries are great. Otherwise, everyone just goes to the black market. I mean, in Los Angeles, if you go to some of the dispensaries in California, it's really nice. Things are kind of affordable. Right here in Las Vegas, where we are tonight, everything's right around the Strip, so it's all kind of a touristy trap prices, and you can barely get a good joint for under $10. What'd you say?
With my discount, I get my joints are $9.20.
Yeah.
So
That's
they're
about
usually
right.
12, but I get 20%. But what does an eighth run out
I'm
there?
a house pre-roll
Like,
type of
something
guy. $5. Let's go. Well, the eights in the dispensaries that are any good, you're probably not going to get for under $40, $50, really. Unless you're going on deals.
They go for 45, 50 here, and then I get my discount. So I can get an eighth for $36, which is great.
Right. Yeah. I mean, even on the black
if I
market,
go
25. Yeah, you can probably find it.
Yeah, but
Not that
you
great.
don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean?
I completely agree.
I'm really
At this point, if you can go to a good dispensary that's not, a tourist track or in a super bougie neighborhood, you can usually get some really great weed that at least, it's lab tested. And
yeah.
I
don't want to go back to, black market, questionable stuff.
Right.
I like knowing when I'm getting an indica or sativa and what it is.
Yeah. Well, and the really good dispensaries all have their kind of Bible, right? Which is the collection of all the lab tests of all the strains that are currently on the menu. And it's, the dispensaries are really, it's almost like a farm to table thing. It's like they don't want to buy anything that's more than 60 days old after harvest. It's coming in. It's just like a farmer's market. The freshest flowers win the race. And that's kind of the way it is. So yeah, and then the other reason we're doing the show, in addition to kind of hanging out with the girls and just chatting about, life in Vegas and all this sort of stuff, is to go over, all the products and the opportunities there are with the Dr. D team. Right. And so what does that actually kind of mean? That means if you hang out with us and you're just like listening to us talk and have fun or learn anything, that's really cool. If you want to buy anything, right, then we have all the different websites where you can do that. We have Jess here. So she right now on her Instagram, has a swipe up. She has her the link in her bio set to her store, right? So she literally we just signed her up tonight.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, so it's just pretty neat.
I just came across this tweet of yours. I was like, I'll give him a call.
Yeah, come hang out. We have all of our toys out tonight. We've got our volcano. We've got some guys coming over to roll some blunts. We've got vape cartridges we're going to be going over. The girls are going to get to try OG Kush and see if they can tell the difference between that terpene profile and sour diesel. We'll see if Jada goes to sleep. Jess is
ready to
NYC diesel is the best strain on the planet.
Jess is strapped in. We kind of were waiting for Big Nito to start smoking, but we might have to jump into it early. We'll see. Well, all right, bro. Yeah.
Just for the record, NYC diesel is the greatest strain ever.
Yeah, New York City diesel, a classic.
We'll keep that in
mind. I've been smoking that since, Jesus Christ, I don't know. The guy that started the Cartoon Network was a friend of mine, and he that's all he smoked.
Right. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, man, I'm going to check out your show, and I'll check out your link. And,
yeah, it's going to be cool, bro. We're going to bring everybody through that that brings, it's not just me, there's everybody that's behind me. There's growers, there's scientists, there's, skincare formulators.
Oh, no doubt.
Yep. All right. Peace, man. Thanks for calling.
Hey, the more info, the better.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right, man. Have a good
So lovely, guys. So that's just a great example of how you can call in and interact with us. These shows will gain in their audience as we really start to advertise them. We're really just still testing everything out. And we'll be running specials. People will be able to call in and get free shit. It'll be good. And so now let's kind of start going through a couple of things. First, there's no more waiting. So everybody may know that I have created a number of brands. One of the big ones that's launching is the Dr. DTHC vape cartridge brand in California first. So that's pretty exciting. And there's a bit more to it than you might think, right? How do we even introduce this? Before we get into the lovely Jess beginning to smoke the shit out of these, right? Why is this a legal vape cartridge, right? What are all the components that have to basically be checked and lab tested? So let's go ahead and unscrew this from our cartridge, okay? And we'll unscrew it right here. Sometimes when these cartridges get really hot, and have been sitting in a hot car, they can get stuck on the little battery. So we might leave this one just attached like this. So if you see, it's so far away, but there's a silver vape cartridge on this battery, okay? And this is actually designed by a company in Los Angeles, California called Vaporous. It's led by an American mechanical engineer named Chris. And this is all stainless steel. All right. It is all lab tested, category 3 passed. That means that the cartridge itself has been tested free of heavy metals. All right. So you got to start with some of the best hardware. It uses organic Japanese cotton as a wick, right, to help absorb the THC oil into the atomizer, okay, which is basically a steel wire wrapped around that cotton wick. So the oil is then absorbed into that wick. It hits that wire, and that creates the vaporization, which you then inhale off the device, okay? So now you know about the cartridge and why the cartridge is safe. And then what about the oil, right? So this oil is all made in Needles, California, an illegal licensed lab in that little city. And then the team down there, and these are all, where we've invested, so we know all the names of the people that make this. That's why we can also kind of tell you it's safe, is then blasted, right? And this oil is then basically becomes pure THC that is extracted from those plants. And then in this case, this is an OG Kush, right? Let's see if I can see this. No, this is the Sour D cartridge. That's right. That's why I have it, because it's the best one that we make right now. So Sour Diesel, just like the previous caller was talking about, New York City Diesel, famous strain, very floral terpene profile. And this is a 1 gram cartridge. We make these in both 1 gram and half gram. So you guys can get that and all that good stuff. And the Dr. D Sport battery, right? This is really, really popular. It's just this little palm-sized battery that comes with a sheath that goes over your nice cartridge. So if you're paying $50 for a glass cartridge that's, testing free of pesticides and you drop it, it's always kind of heartbreaking. And so then, so how would I review this cartridge? I reviewed them on a couple of points. One of the first would be like the smoothness of the draw, and like you see these clouds of vapor, like that's really cool. All right, that's a good sign. It's an enjoyable experience. You're not having to suck on the stupid cartridge so hard that you get a headache to get any vapor. So you get a really nice cloud, a good hit off of this. And then the next thing I would kind of move into is like the flavor of the oil. And so to me, whenever I smoke anything in the Kush family, right, I'm expecting kind of like an earthy, spicy, peppery flavor, because that's really associated with high levels of beta-carothylene in the Kush family. And so that's definitely what I kind of pick up on this. And it's, it's not one of these flavors that's like pink lemonade that's going to be eye-poppingly like overpowering. But for people that enjoy cannabis, it's very like reminiscent of like what the plant tastes like more. And then it would be kind of described as more of a downer terpene profile, more sedating with higher levels of beta-carothylene and myrcene, and kind of pain relieving. And I know, girls, I'm talking, so why don't you hit that again and tell me how do you feel about it, young lady?
The Sour Diesel or just the vape itself?
Yeah, the whole thing. Just describe. You've smoked lots of things in the past, I'm sure.
Don't make me out to be this huge stunner. I am.
That's why you're on the show.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know what? I don't usually smoke a lot of vapes, but this one I really like. It's a really smooth hit, and like he said, the flavor of it is reminiscent of the actual flower plant, and so it makes me feel like I am kind of smoking a blunt, because you do get that spicy flavor with the Sour Diesel.
Yeah, and that's cool. So, Jada, do you want to just maybe see if you can taste it? Maybe just like smoke it like a cigar? The two stoners are corrupting the non-stoner. Oh, no. High-functioning burners.
It came out. Do you have to press it?
Yeah, so just press it.
Hold it down.
Yeah. What else? So, yeah, I think it's just a neat... that's all you need to do. There you go.
That's all you need to do. It's very simple.
It tastes
1-2 steps.
like spicy, right?
How does it taste, Jada?
Spicy.
Spicy. I love it. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is it's a cool thing, right? So this is just another way that not only can the girls make money by introducing our team to, say, dispensary owners they know that can legally then buy this through our legal distribution licenses. It's just something that we'll continue to bring you some fun on. And we do have several other flavors up here in the Dr. D store that the lovely Jess and I are going to sample over the course of the evening. But Jada, let's just take it. We're going to alternate. We're going to go from testing a new flavor of vape cartridge to a CBD product and back and forth before we become, too relaxed here. Okay. All right. So here we go. So Jada, if you would reach into our cabinet there, and on the far right-hand side up at the top, grab something. Yes, perfect. Now, are you familiar enough with the brand yet that you know what that is, and you can kind of tell people about it? What do you remember about that one?
So, there's no THC in it, correct?
Kind of. So it's below the legal limit, which is 0.3%
really
THC.
High.
Yeah, but what is that?
So it's a hemp joint pre-roll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for those of you that are familiar with hemp joints or joints, this is a 1 gram cone that is full of full flower hemp flowers that have been shredded, right, and then made into a joint, just like you make a joint normally, right? We use a machine that does 400 some at a time, and then we actually have an automated system that twists all the tops basically in one fell swoop, so it happens real fast. The cool part about these guys that they're made of hemp flower that is rich in CBD, 10+%, sometimes 15, tests below the legal limit. So if you're wholesalers out there and we can put this shit in your store, you can buy it right off of Jess's store. So like that's the cool part. So if you're a fan of Jess's, and if you were to get your Instagram out and go back on your Instagram live, this is where Jess can literally be like, hey guys, swipe up, click the link in my bio, and you can literally buy these things that we're smoking right now and smoke with us next time.
Let's get our live going.
Yeah, so this is a great way for me, Jess, and Jada to again also kind of practice and become more comfortable as we continue adding to the show. Yeah, you should just totally lean it up against the volcano.
Yeah, we can kind of
right like that.
So
yeah,
we should flip
that's
it
fine.
So that it's
Sure, I think you should turn it horizontal too. If you can. Will it allow you to, or does it? It doesn't really seem. It doesn't seem to want to do that though. Go horizontal. It doesn't flip. See? Maybe. I guess we can do it like that.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then just click the Oh, that's a photo.
Oh, son of a bitch. Lovely. Okay, and we're live.
Oh,
Woohoo! Okay, awesome. What's up, Jess's friends?
What's up, guys?
Jess, where you at right now?
We are in Las Vegas.
Right, so we're live on the Dr. D CBD and THC show, and Jess and I are reviewing some new vape cartridges that are being released. So if you guys want to tune into the whole show, we actually have lines. People have been calling in from New York, Florida. If you go to facebook.com/Dr. D Lifestyle, you can actually tune into the main page where we got the big speakers. You'll hear all the girls and I all mic'd up. You can call us. We'll hear you on our headphones, and you can ask us questions, hang out, get high with us, whatever. So right now we have a sour diesel or
a sour diesel.
Yeah, sour diesel vape cartridge that we're testing, and then we're going to basically go over CBD products, and then we'll put on a new flavor with the THC vape cartridge and keep on kind of hanging out. So we just went over Jess's friends, kind of why these are awesome THC vape cartridges, what it takes to be a legal THC vape cartridge in the U.S. market here in California. Now Jada just got this out of our box over here. These are available now nationwide, and these are CBD joints. It's a 1 gram full flower joint. And the cool part for all of Jess's friends that are literally watching us now is that now that Jess is enrolled into the Dr. D CBD affiliate program, this is something where she's going to learn about CBD, CBG, CBD pre-rolls, anti-aging skincare. It's not just something that, she sells in a bikini. She can sell this stuff to her grandparents, like the medicinal versions, the educational stuff. So it's a way for the girls to, make money being pretty and having fun, but also in an intelligent way, in a way that helps people. So it's cool. So these are a really cool like smoking alternative, right? So if you are smoking cigarettes or something and you want something legal during the daytime that's going to mellow you out, and
Keep it legal.
or you just right. So okay, so this is you open it up, it's got a little heat shrink on it, and then you take it out. Or maybe here, why don't you go ahead and show us, Jess? And then the cool part about this is that this is literally available online on Jess's website right now. So if you click, I think the link is either in her bio or she put a swipe up somewhere, then she gets credit and she gets 15% of whatever she sells online. So it's pretty neat. And then she's going to actually be able to smoke this right now.
Yeah, I was like, should we give it a try?
And tell you how it is. Oh, there's always a lighter around here somewhere. We'll see. In the meantime, we'll figure it out. Oh, wait, we got Dr. Bobby is calling into our show. Let's put her onto the air. Put her to the Rodecaster Pro. Dr. B, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
You're live with Jada and Jess and I. Are you watching us?
Hi.
I'm not. How would I? Should I be watching?
You should definitely go to my Facebook page immediately. And you'll see us. We're alternating between reviewing THC and CBD products, so we're going to see how long we last.
Oh, okay, cool.
You're actually live on the show right now. Literally everyone all across all of my social media platforms can listen to you right now.
So if you have anything to say.
You're welcome to the show. You're live.
So I'm honored to be on the Dr. D show. He's very knowledgeable of THC and CBD. What are you guys talking about?
I think she's just tried to say that Dr. D smoked a lot of stuff and might know what he's talking about.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then, how long are you live for?
We're probably going to be live for at least another 30 minutes. We've got a couple other guests that are headed over. Jada's the sober one here. She's really in control of everything. But girls, Dr. Bobby, they have a boat in Key Largo. So, we have to go activate another brand out there pretty soon. So there's a Miami trip coming.
Yeah, I mean, how can you go wrong in Miami? It's the Keys.
I know. And she has two adorable, like blonde boys that are like 7 years old, that she would probably love babysitting help with.
And Dr. D loves to give, good advice to them. And
that's right. That's right, Jada. Dr. Bobby. This is the one that I talked to the other day. I told live on the air. Welcome. I'm glad you guys could meet.
Yeah. I wish I could see everyone. Let's see. Well, I'll figure it out.
Go to Facebook.
I'm struggling. My sister here next to me who's a junior in college, so I'll be there in a second.
You'll be fine. Yeah. So what's up?
Well, I emailed you some stuff for the one website. Going to get your opinion.
Yeah, guys. So Dr. Bobby and I are working on adding different medications to a new telemedicine website that we just built out called everyonesmd.com. You can actually even go to the website everyonesmd.com right now and take a look. It's pretty cool. I'd say it's kind of a combination of a lot of different things. Telemedicine system that we built. Bobby owns a hemp farm and a pharmacy. So now literally you can go to our website or our apps and talk to a doctor about CBD if you have questions or any of these other cannabinoids that we sell now, as well as prescriptions. And then the doctor can actually put into your cart what they recommend you take, whether it's a CBD product or a prescription, and then you can check out. We mail all of that stuff to you. So it's pretty cool. So, all right, yeah, so I got all those different categories in the prescription side of things. I guess it's kind of something that you and I could even go in and do or should learn how to do now.
So proud of me. Like I made screen caps and put it all in categories.
Oh, okay.
I think you'll be the most impressed with what you just got sent by email.
Okay, lovely. Lovely. I know. Dr. Bobby and I go back and forth in emails, and then every once in a while she probably can tell. She's like, oh, look, Dr. D's grumpy. He said sunscreen caps. And then I go hide for a day. Because with the web teams that we use, right, they're all based overseas, and you really have to handhold them through. They're not going to necessarily know, oh, that's the coolest way that an American would want to use it. They're very literal. So you have to sometimes draw it and be like this, but they're very affordable, right? So, yeah. So we draw pictures on pieces of paper, and Dr. Bobby and I draw stick figures of what we want our websites to look like, and it's very lovely.
My screen caps have come a long way. Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
Hi, everyone.
Hey. Welcome. So yeah, we're using some new technology tonight too, Bobby. So I'm actually streaming not only to one Facebook page, I'm streaming to 5. All my groups that I run, as well as my Twitter page, as well as my YouTube live. So we're broadcasting live across 10 channels. It's kind of cool.
Wow.
So yeah, there's probably a bunch of people hearing you. We had random people call in from New York to the show earlier and just want to talk about weed. So yeah, kind of. And I'm literally hosting everything. We fired our little assistant last week, guys. He was slowing Dr. D down, so he's gone. Jada said enough. I'm gonna do it, baby. He's out. So
Well, that's a step forward.
Yeah, Jada's been telling me she needs a trip to the beach recently. So
I do. Very bad.
Very bad, Bobby. We may have to visit sooner than
I
later.
mean, salt water does just wonders for your skin.
Oh my gosh, yes. Jada has a big thing. She has probably as much skincare products as you do.
Yeah, I have a lot.
Do you have a lot?
I do, yeah, a case full.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, they make me feel normal. I only have the dope CBD ones. I'm I use 4 things and that's it.
I do the CBD one every time I come in from the beach with the kids. I'm like, oh, this is supposed to stop all the damage I just caused.
That's right. Jada actually had me doing some treatments the other night. I was looking a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we do?
What did you say, babe? Please use some of this.
No, we used a CBD facial cleanser, and then we used a glycolic acid peel.
Yeah, chemical peel.
A little chemical peel, and then we used a
vitamin
serum.
C.
Correct. And then we used a CBD brightening cream. It's terrifying that I know what all those things are.
That's why you'll stay young and beautiful.
Well, in this industry, we probably need it. So, what else, guys? We did bring out a bunch of products for everyone to play with. So, just in case you're feeling stressed out, Jess, we have some Dr. D relief capsules here, which, Bobby, you actually may be very interested to know might be one of the first big things that are imported into Japan, and that would be dope as F-U-C-K, because the formula is kind of really smart and revolutionary. In fact, I mean, not revolutionary, but listen, I listened to some smart people. I learned a lot of things, so we created it. And if this does go into Japan by the thousands of bottles, there's going to be a lot of people that will really notice the effects. It's a combination of CBD and another endocannabinoid that's synergistic with it. So I actually just took 2 of these before we started the show. I pretty much take 2 every day. So,
You're like, try it.
Oh, I'm going to check it out.
I'm
going to actually see what she'll put in there.
Yeah, and so the cool part for Jess, right, is so we just enrolled her, and so now we've all been practicing on all these MLM things, and we're whipping them into shape. So Dr. Bobby and I actually have probably what'll become even bigger than the Dr. D brand, because it's the combination of our 2 crazy personalities, which probably bigger than one of us by ourselves. East Coast meets West Coast here. Dr. D brand is always just the little, it's like the canary in the coal mine out there testing things out, seeing what works, what doesn't, bringing back stuff that kind of works. But yeah, so the beauty of this stuff is that there's a layer that I've discovered, Bobby, that you have to go into deeper where you have to embed other things into the MLM to like absorb everyone's phone numbers and emails as they sign up into your program. You have to do stuff like this, where you host like training sessions every week. And then we can literally communicate with the whole list and like send them cookie cutter like texts, and it's all saved in different places. But it's like a real job. And so I think, I have actually learned enough about how to man the back end of these whole MLMs and build these monsters and communicate with the whole list that, we've had in the past guys come at us and they're like, we want $25,000 a month and, we'll run your MLM, and they don't tell you anything of what they're going to do. Well, the guys that I've had in the back end of our shit, like we've hooked it all up. So it's actually like a really rewarding thing. So when like a girl like Jess joins and 5 minutes in, she's into a smooth program, and now she can make her Instagram link and her bio, the actual like Dr. D or Everyone's MD store, boom, and now we're here like hanging out, and she's actually got her phone over to the left on Instagram live, and 10 of her friends are watching, hanging out too. So yeah, we'll get all that set up on ours eventually too, but it's another project. It's a lot of work. Oh my God. Jada will tell you. She's like, Donald, you're so stressed out. Stop being grumpy.
So grumpy.
Oh my gosh. That's so rude. I'm like the nicest guy ever, I think.
Yeah. Most of the time. Oh. A little grumpy.
Gosh. Every once in a while.
Yeah. It's okay.
Just needs that regularly.
No, she's gotten pretty smart though. Now she just comes at me and she's just like, weed, Donald.
You need it.
You seem a little tense. Bobby's pretty smart too. She's got a big tall husband that she keeps in check as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I usually don't have a tough time getting through crowds, that's for sure.
Yeah, you guys can probably learn from her. She's a little, teach you how to kick our butts.
Crack the whip.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I don't know if I should let y'all meet. That might be too much. Dan and I will have to scheme a little bit ourselves. How are we going to manage this situation? The girls are uniting against us.
I know.
Anyway, it's lovely. What else? How else is Florida?
Pretty good, I think. Yeah, no complaints. Nice. The hurricane missed us this time, so no, and doesn't look like it hurt anyone else. So we're happy about that. And
that's good.
Miami, we're opening up down here. Everyone's going out, restaurants. So, I think everyone's feeling better. Everyone's let out of their house. Business is getting back to normal. So, I think we're really fortunate here.
Yeah. Well, hey, $15,000 and you can own, 50% of a CBD store in Beverly Hills if it's not burned in the riots. I don't know.
More time to invest and stop burning.
Tough to invest into the storefronts in the middle of the pandemic. I don't know. Seems like a nice idea.
It does.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna, Bobby and I are talking right now, guys, so you can be tuned in as people kind of come at us and they want to do deals. And at the end of the day, it's like, we've been doing this for like 5 years, and we have all these brands developed. We know lots of people and they want us to promote. And it's like, yeah, but it's not fair if I just like show up and I'm like, hey guys, like look at my logo. This is my store. It's kind of like you actually need to almost pay to license it or pay for the consultant to be, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to come in there and be there and guide it and front some inventory. I just don't know if I should be putting all the cash up. We'll see. I kind of do like the idea of the Dr. D logo on the side of Beverly Hills somewhere. We have a lot of history back there, so it would be nice. And then, of course, we could put the Everyone's MD terminal in there so everyone could talk to a doctor about CBD, see Dr. Bobby live. Like literally tomorrow, everybody that's watching, you might be able to chat with Dr. Bobby about like prescriptions and CBD and if that would help you. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I can help you make your life even better. I mean,
like Dr. Bobby and I specialize in happiness. So, if anyone is out there having a little bit of drought in their love life or they're having a little bit of anxiety, girls, like sometimes, these guys, they need a little help. And well, Dr. Bobby has a compounding pharmacy where they can actually compound things like oxytocin or even CBD into Viagra. So say your man has a little performance anxiety, you want him to just loosen up and be in the moment for you.
That,
Is there no shame? Have you had to help people through this?
I think I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one.
It's okay. Listen.
I don't wanna call anybody out.
Maybe the guys. Maybe you put a lot of pressure on people.
I feel called out.
High pressure situation. Anyways. But yeah, I mean, so it is cool. So not only could you talk to her and get, Viagra or Cialis or Tadalafil, you could get those drugs in combination with things like oxytocin or CBD. And, as you know, oxytocin. What is oxytocin, Dr. Bobby? What does that do? And do girls use it or just guys?
Well, that's a good question. The oxytocin is referred to as like the love hormone. So it works on men and women. It comes in different forms, uses. Like women will take it under their tongue right before they want to use it, where it just creates a more emotional attachment.
I don't think Jada needs this shit. What do you think? So basically, if Jada were to take this, she would fall magically deeply in love?
I would.
You would?
Yeah. Maybe.
For an hour.
For an hour.
Oh, okay.
That's all you need.
What kind of relationships do you have?
Hey, man.
Jesus.
Ease up.
Oh my God,
So
I feel
it's
like a
for
piece of meat.
Men and women?
Yeah, so if you put the oxytocin into something like, with the Viagra or whatever, not only do you get that, but you get this sense of like love and closeness.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have some.
Start slipping that into people's drinks.
Wow. Everyone just develops a really emotionally deep connection with Dr. D.
I have so many stalkers now. I don't know why.
The next show, Dr. Bobby's gonna mail us some samples, and we, we'll just test that and see if we all fall in love by the end of the show.
Right?
Oh,
To test it out. Seriously.
Jess, you're so nice. Nobody's jealous anymore. Everyone just loves everyone.
Polyamorous relationships.
Oh, it's too much fun. Dan's not allowed to watch this show.
Yes, no. And he's not allowed to the offices either.
I heard that Dan was going to visit and be on the show with us from Vegas.
No, I think, he can definitely do that. Right, where he is right now? He is up planting the hemp.
The seeds again?
What?
The seeds?
The seeds, yes. They did the seeds. So, labor of love from the beginning.
See, Jada? I could be on a farm planting seeds. Not with you. It could be worse.
That's true.
That is true.
Very deep. Thanks. All right. Well, Jada, do you want to open up the Dr. D basket again over there and pull out another product? And let's wait. Actually, we're on the THC time. So, yeah, go ahead and open the door and just select one of those cartridges out there. There are plenty of choices. What does that say on it? Look how shiny and pretty it is. That golden oil.
That golden oil.
Sour?
Glistens.
So we just smoked that. So select another one. So this is the future, guys. This is like wine. This is like someone,
Crack.
Right?
lovely.
Imagine a Sunday afternoon.
So guys, this is a 0.5 gram Dr. DTHC cartridge in the terpene profile of green crack, right? And why do they call it green crack? Sounds a little aggressive, huh?
It's for energy, right?
This is the clean your house weed.
Like you go to the gym weed.
Every housewife's weed, right here. So yeah, green crack is notorious for having a very uplifting terpene profile. So again, right, 0.5 gram 510 thread cartridge. This is a stick battery this time instead of the Dr. D Sport, since I got mine stuck on there. And then so it's already on.
That's quick, because some of them don't heat up that fast.
It's quality hardware. So, yeah, to me, definitely a difference compared to the Bubba Kush or the OG Kush one. Kind of pineier.
Oh yeah, I like this though. This is nice.
Well, yeah. Hey, if you're gonna say "oh yeah" about my vape cartridges, get it.
Get into that mic. Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's a nice piney taste. It's just very earthy. I don't know. I like it. It's a nice smooth hit too.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's the Green Crack cartridge, 0.5 grams. So these will all be released in conjunction with a big email marketing campaign in California over the next basically 3 to 6 weeks. And I think we have about 10,000 in stock, which is pretty cool. What else? Green Crack.
Green Crack. That would be the one that I like. Green Crack.
And again, this is the Vaporous hardware, right, that we're running for the legal California market. And, all from Needles, California, the plants that were grown there and extracted. And it will go into several delivery services, about 20 stores that we know. And then we'll probably work with Nabis or Wave to go into statewide distribution pretty quickly. And then this is why we're doing this. All this shit right now is literally just kind of practice, because all these products are getting ready to go into huge distribution as we scale. And then it won't just be 20 people watching, it'll be hundreds. And hopefully we can sell hundreds of thousands of dollars of things from our underwear while we're sitting here. We don't even have to leave the house. Put my shoes on. So yeah, another cool vape cartridge. All right, so it's for a CBD product. And the reason we're kind of going through this is literally this is an online store, right? So when a girl or an affiliate like Jess or a guy joins the program, it's literally like she now has a store that if you were here, you could physically say, hey, Jess, I want some of those CBD male enhancement capsules. Those look great. $69.99, boom. And then, there you go. Instead, you can do it through the power of the internet while you're here listening to us getting entertained by our goofy butts talking about all this stuff. So Jada, grab one of those bottles and let's see what we got. All right, so we already talked about the relief capsules. Lovely. Jess, do you think your audience is going to enjoy these?
Stop calling me out. Probably. Because in reality, I was over here and I was looking at the product and I was like, wow, you have a male enhancement one? That's interesting. So I would be interested in someone giving it a try and letting me know how that goes.
Listen, I know. I can tell you, a lot of the guys around here have used it and it definitely works. I've used it. You definitely notice a difference. It's basically like a Viagra. So, how does it work? It is a herbal blend that contains chemicals that are vasodilatory, so you get a similar effect to Viagra.
Is it fast acting?
Well, I'd say the ingredients probably peak in your blood level about an hour and a half after 2 hours after you take it. So you have an herbal blend, right, that's vasodilatory, and then we've added 50 milligrams of CBD per capsule, which is a pretty cool dose. So again, why are we adding that, Jada?
Well, CBD can help with anti-inflammatory, right? I don't know.
You're really close.
I don't know.
So why would we?
Why would we
add it to a male enhancement? Correct.
Well, you said you can take those daily, also.
That's true. There are multiple kind of strategies to dosing the male enhancement.
So it could just be beneficial.
Right. So
general,
you can take it on the daily, right, as just a libido enhancer, or you can take it about an hour to 2 hours before sexual activity, and you'll really feel that extra kind of.
Yeah. That extra.
So, why do you think we would add CBD to a male enhancement formula? If you know some of its properties.
What I was gonna say, and I could be 100% wrong, but we're gonna give it a shot here, is that I feel like I've seen a lot of TV shows where people take Viagra and then they're stuck a certain kind of way. And I'm like, is that balancing something out? I don't know.
So that's kind of a good point, but no, you're wrong.
I could be wrong.
So CBD ladies, and this is this kind of fun play that when people have tried to put me in a box, right? Because, Jada, you've hung out with me for a little while, right? I have an interesting, I don't know, what would you say? Vibe?
Just, yeah.
Life?
Just interesting person.
I'm very interesting. Thanks.
He's a Scorpio, guys.
Kind of a character.
Kind of a character, as Jada likes to say. So, yeah, you know, my podcast and my show and my brands, they're scientific, like the products for sure. But we like to have fun and a way to bring that education to you. So, so CBD interacts with your serotonin receptors in a number of ways, one of which is it actually inhibits the reuptake of anandamide out of some of the synapses. It does other things as well. It hits your 5-HT1A serotonin receptors, and that can actually have a similar effect to an anti-anxiolytic or an antidepressant medication. If you take enough of CBD, it usually works for folks. They might notice it. And the cool thing about us is that, listen, you're hanging out with Dr. D and a couple of pretty chicks, so you get to not only listen to us and look at us, but you get to hear about a little bit of the science. And if you do read the research papers, you know, about 50 milligrams a couple times a day up to dosages into the 300 to 600 to 800 milligrams at once are what we see in research papers for anxiety. And so if you're listening and you're thinking about using CBD for something, this is a real takeaway point, because you can be like, oh, okay, I can safely now go get some CBD, take 50 milligrams every 8 to 12 hours for anxiety, see if that works. If it doesn't, after the first week, I'm going to increase it to 100, 200 milligrams every 8 to 12 hours, see if I notice anything. And I'm going to go shop on, you know, Jess's page, because I know she can get a little cut out of Dr. D's brand. Dr. D's brand is lab tested and safe. It's made in California. We've been around for years, and you know, we're fun and we're doing podcasts, and you want to interact with us and support us. So that's really cool, and that's really, you know, why we're doing this. It's a way for us to bring an affordable brand across the United States in a fun way with also some education and science. And I think it's the way that the hemp plant's supposed to be related to people, and weed is. It's much more approachable this way. Weed is a great uniter. It's not necessarily a divider into, you know, whether you're good looking or not good looking or black or white or whatever. Kind of builds a big family across all the cultural or stereotypical lines. So it's pretty cool to also be able to sell it that way and to talk about it not only culturally but scientifically as well. So cool. All right, so we talked about the male enhancement capsules, guys, and so if you're watching on Jess's page, if there are any guys there watching her, we got them right here. Look, get them up and close.
I pick on Jessica.
Jada is probably really. Look, Jada, you're probably happy that Jess came over, because I'm terrified. I'm terrorizing her now instead of you.
I know.
Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. I don't think we're done yet. Go ahead and pick out another tank.
Another tank.
So the tanks, guys, when I say tank, that can also mean THC, like vape cartridge. So that is OG. Keep going through there. I love it. It's like she's bartending right now for us, basically. Which one is that?
Sour D.
Okay.
What would it take to have like a...
They're all, so it's... We tried all of them, except this one, OG.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's try that again. Well, are you sure?
Yeah, so it's the...
Yeah, I guess we have smoked them all already.
And then...
Well, we had 3 flavors.
The green
Whoops.
Well, all right, so now let's pick our favorite. We'll just get... yeah, so we have sour diesel right here, guys. And then we have green crack right here. And then we have... OG Kush.
That green crack.
You like it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good one.
So let's go over for everybody at home that might not know again. Sour diesel is kind of a hybrid, right? Maybe more of an upper effect, very floral and fruity smelling. OG Kush, earthy, pain relieving, kind of downer effect. And green crack...
It was my head.
Green crack is what I give Jada when I want her to cook, clean, wash the dog.
We never smoked the joint though.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
we can
Well,
do that.
let's see if Dr. D's got a lighter anywhere. You know, we could always take a quick break and then come back. I mean, why don't we do that? That's kind of nice. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and finish and end the broadcast, and we'll come back live with a lighter.